Hello, friends. Welcome to the second part of our second chapter Concepts about Indicators of Growth and Development. Basically, growth and development is measured on the basis of national income and per capita income. These are the most important two indicators for the measurement of growth and development of any particular economy. So in this video we are going to learn about the concepts and limitations of national income and per capita income. Basically, the concept of national income says that at any point of time, if in any particular economy, if growth rate of national income is high, then it shows higher economic development. But obvious vastu છે that if national income is increasing at a higher rate, then definitely that particular economy is developing. If the growth rate is high, then at such point of time it indicates very high development. If it is low, then it shows lower development. That country is developing, but it is developing at a very lower rate. If the growth rate of national income is neither increasing nor decreasing, growth rate of national income is neither increasing nor decreasing, then it shows that stagnancy of the growth. That growth is stable. Country is neither developing nor it is underdeveloped. કન્ટ્રીમાં ડેવલપમેન્ટ પણ નથી થતું અને કન્ટ્રી અંડરડેવલપ બી નથી થતી. And if the growth rate of national income is reducing, then country is underdeveloped. Country underdeveloped છે કે જેની national income year by year reduce થતી જાય છે. The present growth rate of India's national income is 7.3%. This is good percentage, but at the same point of time, if we will look over to the growth rate of national income of some developed countries like Norway and America, then at such point of time their growth rate is hardly 2 to 3%. It do not indicate that those countries are not developed or those countries are not having sufficient growth, but in those countries there is already enough growth. So now there is no more scope for development, there is no more scope for growth. So the growth rate of some developed countries like USA or Norway stable at 2 to 3%. Okay. Now let's talk about the limitations. First of all, the basic limitation is there is difficulty in the calculation of national income. There are lots of cases, there are lots of problems due to which it becomes difficult to calculate national income, like smuggling, the goods which are coming from the outside countries, and in India it is not registered with the government. Double counting of the income which is counted two times, reselling of the product, which if I am purchasing a product, then it is considered as my expense. If I am reselling that particular product, then it is considered in someone else also. So reselling of the product. Tax evasion, persons are hiding their income to get retrieved from tax. ટેક્સ ના ભરવો પડે એના માટે લોકો ટેક્સ અવોઇડ કરે છે. ટેક્સ જે કાંઈ પણ છે એ ટેક્સનું પ્લાનિંગ એ રીતે કરે છે, બરાબર, કે એ લોકોને ગવર્મેન્ટને પોતાની ઇન્કમ છે એ છુપાવવી પડે. એક્સચેન્જ ઓફ ધ ગુડ્સ બાર્ટર સિસ્ટમ. If I am exchanging some goods worth rupees 2 lakh with someone else, then at such point of time neither it result into my income or expense, neither it result into someone else income or expense. So difficulty in calculation is very big problem. Illegal income, people are having illegal income. Okay, તો આ બધી એવી ઇન્કમ છે જે ગવર્મેન્ટને તો ખ્યાલ જ નથી. ગવર્મેન્ટને ખ્યાલ નથી કે તમારી પાસે આવી કોઈ ઇન્કમ છે, then how government will be able to calculate national income? So the final conclusion is that the amount of national income is imperfect, and that is really a very big problem. Then after population, if you will consider the total national income of Norway then it will be nearby 10 times lower than India. Then it is 10 times lower than India. Why? Because population of Norway is comparatively less than Gujarat even. So definitely, basic, first of all, you cannot compare two countries on the basis of national income, and you can never judge any particular economy, any particular country, that this particular country is having too good amount of national income, so it is developed, and this particular country is not having that much higher national income, so it is not that much developed. National income ના growth ની comparison માં population નો growth વધારે હોય તો if national income is increasing at the 20% rate, just imagine 20% rate, and population is growing at 25% rate, સત્યાનાશ થઈ જાય દેશનો. How you will be able to measure the growth? Okay, so that is the basic limitation. That concept of national income do not consider population. બહુ ઇમ્પોર્ટન્ટ વસ્તુ છે, બરાબર, એને તો કન્સિડર જ નથી કરતા એ લોકો. So that is a problem. And different methods. Every country is following different methods for the calculation of national income. Production method, income method, and consumption method. If the country which has calculated its national income on the basis of production method, if you will compare that particular economy with another country which has calculated its national income on the basis of income method, so at that point of time you will not be able to get proper conclusion. It will mislead you. Your analysis, your conclusion will mislead you. Okay, so at that point of time different method is also a problem, that you cannot compare two or more countries. Okay, so these are the three limitations which are connected with national income. It is very small concept. Maximum it can be asked in a 3-mark topic. The next topic is something about per capita income. Now per capita income is little bit more beneficial. Per capita income has been suggested that it is better indicator compared to national income. Let's see. It is more relevant compared to national income, and the simple reason, if I have to give just one reason, then just one reason is that it is recommended by United Nations organization. Has recommended that you should use per capita income as a measurement for the development, as a measurement for the growth, because it is better than national income. Why it is better than national income? Because it considers population. See, this is the formula for calculation of per capita income: national income divided by total population. Now you can compare America, you can compare Norway, you can compare Kuwait, you can compare UK with India. તમે દુનિયાના કોઈ પણ રિચ કન્ટ્રીઝને ઇન્ડિયાની સાથે હવે કમ્પેર કરી શકો છો, because now you have considered population along with national income. If growth rate of per capita income is high, it shows high development, it shows low development, it shows stagnancy of the development, and it shows underdevelopment. Okay, per capita income નો growth rate છે એ high છે, low છે, stable છે કે reduce થાય છે, it shows the level of development. Presently, the growth rate of per capita income is 6%, whereas per capita income is $5,497. Okay, so this is something about the concept of per capita income. Now let's look towards the limitation. It is only estimate. This is also correct, because the basic problem is that population is counted every 10 years. Census is conducted every 10 years, whereas national income is calculated every year. In 2011, the population was 121.07 crores. In 2019 or 2020, if you are calculating per capita income just on those 121.07 crore, then how it can give you the perfect number. પોપ્યુલેશન તો આપણને ખબર જ નથી કે 121.7 કરોડ પછી દર વર્ષે કેટલી વધે છે, એ તો આપણને ખ્યાલ જ નથી. સો એટ ધેટ પોઈન્ટ ઓફ ટાઈમ ઇટ ઇઝ જસ્ટ એન એસ્ટિમેટ, ઇટ ઇઝ નોટ એકચ્યુઅલ. આ કોઈ પરફેક્ટ ન્યુમેરિકલ તમને ન આપી શકે. ડિફિકલ્ટી ઇન કેલ્ક્યુલેશન, see if you can observe, then per capita income is totally based on national income. Calculation of per capita income is totally based on national income, and as you learn that per capita in calculation of national income is having bunch of problem regarding smuggling, tax avoidance, tax evasion, regarding illegal income. So at that point of time, whatever problem you are facing in the calculation of national income, all those problems definitely you will have to face in the calculation of per capita income also. Because if numericals about national income are not perfect, then how you can expect that the numericals about per capita income will be perfect? So there is difficulty in calculation. It only shows average. That is 100% perfect, and I am 100% agree that if per capita income of India is $5,497, then it doesn't mean that every individual of Indian economy is receiving $5,497. There are lots of persons in India who are earning $5,497 per day. Per day they are earning $5,497, and there are lots of persons in India who are not earning even $500 per year. So this income inequality plays very important role. That just to say that $5,497 is the per capita income of India is not enough. We have to observe that what is the level of income inequality. If level of income inequality is too high, then at such point of time this is not going to be done. તો આ વસ્તુ આપણને બેનિફિટ નથી આપી શકતી. Then after difficulty in comparison, બરાબર છે, ઇન્ડિયાની પર કેપિટા ઇન્કમને તમારે ઓસ્ટ્રેલિયા જોડે કમ્પેર કરવી છે, તો ઓસ્ટ્રેલિયાની પર કેપિટા ઇન્કમને US ડોલરમાં કન્વર્ટ કરો, ઇન્ડિયાની પર કેપિટા ઇન્કમને US ડોલરમાં કન્વર્ટ કરો, and then you need to compare. હવે કમ્પેરિઝનમાં તો દરેકે દરેક કન્ટ્રીના કન્વર્ઝન રેટ અલગ અલગ છે. સો હાઉ યુ કેન કમ્પેર? કમ્પેરિઝન ઇઝ નોટ પોસિબલ. સાથે સાથે ડિફિકલ્ટી ઇન કમ્પેરિઝન એટલા માટે પણ છે કે નેશનલ ઇન્કમ પર કેપિટા ઇન્કમ ડિપેન્ડ છે. નેશનલ ઇન્કમ માટે તો દરેકે દરેક કન્ટ્રી અલગ અલગ મેથડ યુઝ કરી હશે. સો હાઉ યુ કેન કમ્પેર? સો કમ્પેરિઝનમાં પણ પ્રોબ્લેમ તો છે જ. એન્ડ ધ લાસ્ટ, ઇટ ઇઝ નોટ એકચ્યુઅલ. બરાબર છે, આ કોઈ એકચ્યુઅલ અમાઉન્ટ નથી. એ તો મેં પહેલાં જ કીધું દેટ ઇટ ઇઝ જસ્ટ એન એસ્ટિમેટ. આ જસ્ટ એક એસ્ટિમેટ છે, બરાબર છે, એ કોઈ એકચ્યુઅલ અમાઉન્ટ નથી. બિકોઝ નેશનલ ઇન્કમ ઇઝ હેવિંગ બંચ ઓફ પ્રોબ્લેમ્સ. પોપ્યુલેશન આપણને એવરી યર દર વર્ષની ખબર નથી. દરેક માણસને $5,497 મળતા નથી. સ્ટીલ આટલું ભણ્યા પછી સ્ટુડન્ટને ડાઉટ આવે કે સર તો પછી આ બધું મગજમારી શું કામ કરવાની? લિમિટેશન્સ આર ઓલવેઝ ધેર and you have to work with the limitation, but still it will give you idea. તો પણ એ તમને આઈડિયા આપશે. because this limitation is not just for India, this limitation is for every country in the world. દુનિયાના દરેકે દરેક કન્ટ્રી માટે આ પ્રોબ્લેમ છે. so if everyone is finding such kind of problem, then we can compare. તો કોઈ પ્રોબ્લેમ નથી. દુનિયાના દરેકે દરેક કન્ટ્રીમાં જે કંઈ પણ એવરેજ જ છે, બરાબર છે. કોઈ કન્ટ્રીમાં એવું નથી કે પર કેપિટા ઇન્કમ દરેકે દરેક માણસને એટલી જ મળે છે. so at that point of time, these are the limitations. Compared to national income, per capita income is little bit more relevant concept. That is a question which can be asked. Compared to national income, per capita, there are more chances that per capita income will be asked in the exam. Per capita income જે કાંઈ પણ છે એ તમને એક્ઝામમાં પૂછાવાના ચાન્સીસ થોડા વધારે છે, બરાબર છે. અને સૌથી વધારે જો કોઈ ઇમ્પોર્ટન્ટ ક્વેશ્ચન હોય, then it is the statement. Explain why per capita income is more relevant compared to national income, and you have to explain the whole sequence. તમારે આ બધા જ પોઈન્ટ્સ મેન્શન કરી દેવાના. ઓકે, and the answer is justified. ઓકે, ચાલો.